Want to learn how to use this effect seen in Kygo's whatever music video and use it in your own production? Then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Dennis and welcome to iLikeFX channel. It's a place where you can learn how to create visual effects and motion graphics from popular music videos in your own production. Today we'll learn how to replicate this reflective rock spin effect seen in Kygo's and Ava Max's video. This effect was likely created in the Unreal Engine 5, but I'll use Cinema 4D for 3D animation and After Effects for compositing. I respect your time, so let's get started. Okay, let's begin with a blank canvas. The first step involves adding a cube, just a simple cube, nothing fancy. Now let's go to MoGraph menu and choose something called a Voronoi fracture. This is where the magic begins. We'll take that cube and drop it into the Voronoi fracture to watch it break apart in the coolest way possible. Within the Voronoi fracture, we'll proceed to the Sources tab, selecting Point Generator. This is how you'll generate points within the fracture. I discovered that setting it up to 200 works best for me, but you can always adjust it to your own liking. Let's right-click on the object, select Make Editable. Once the pieces are separated, let's choose any 5 random elements and pull them out of the group. You simply hold Command or Control button and pull them out. You can actually delete this one. If you look at them, they already appear very similar to what we need. Let's open MoGraph menu and choose Cloner, and select these 5 elements and place them inside of the cloner. Let's adjust the setting for this object. I highly recommend changing the grid to radial and increasing the radius to, let's say, 400, and perhaps increasing the count to around 18, just like so. After that, we need to add some randomness to this, because right now it looks too unified. So let's do that. I'll go to the Effectors menu and choose a Random Effector, place the effector to the Cloner objects in the Effectors tab. And now you have the pieces randomly separated, which is what we need. You can always continue to increase the randomness of the objects. Also, you can play with the rotation and make them look very unique looking, and customize it to your liking. You can also go to Scale and select Uniform Scale, because it works well with our case, and adjust it slightly. This way you'll have it even more random looking. After that, you need to go to the Material tab or create your own material. I found that aluminum material looks best for our case. So simply apply the material to the cloner objects. Now we gotta add the environmental light, and I will use the dome light from Redshift. You can use whatever you have in your software. I use the Grayscale Gorilla library for different HDRIs. You can use your own or download one, for example, from HDRI Heaven. I personally chose this one, which is called Beach Rock Noon. I think it fits the best for our case. I recommend going to the dome light object and removing the background so it won't appear in the final render. So now if you look, you have something that looks really close to what we're aiming for. So I think we should animate it so it looks even better. Let's set up the timeline to 300 and adjust the rotation of the object. We'll start at 0 and end at 360. Although you might not see any change right away, but when you press play, you'll see that it actually works and we're getting closer. To make it even more interesting, we can adjust the random effector parameters. Let's begin with the first frame and animate the rotation. In this case, each object spins around its own axis, creating the randomness that we need. Let's place a human figure just to replicate the music video idea and show you how you can create it to your advantage. In my case, as I mentioned, I used Redshift. You're going to see that all these elements look better in the render since we used material specifically set up for the render engine. Then you can export it out with an alpha channel, place it over your own footage, or perhaps track footage and have these rocks spinning around you, similar to the example video. But now let's jump into After Effects so I can show you how I created this spinning around my head effect. Using the Rotobrush tool, I separated my head by selecting the area I wanted to rotoscope and hit the Freezing Frames button. I added my render sequence with an alpha channel from the 3D program over it. Now you can add effects like glow and color correct it. There you have it. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please hit the like button. Got an effect that you like from your favorite music video? Write a comment so I can guide you through the process of creating it. Remember, if you found the steps challenging, it's always good to consult a professional. For top-notch visual effects and motion graphics, reach out to MotionBlog. There, my talented colleagues and I produce eye-catching visuals. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next episode of iLikeFX. Cheers!